What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rivals Clash results video. As you see, looking at my results, man, I finished 551, which means I did not give an event card or get an event card, and I'm going to get into those reasons in just a little bit. But today, in this video, we're still going to look at all the draft board polls. We're going to talk about those pull rates. We're even going to look at the Carmelo Anthony because, of course, big shout out to everybody on my team, man. They did amazing. We finished second overall, so there's lots of people that got the event card. We're going to still check out the Carmelo, kind of compare it to the rest of them. It kind of gets into the heart and the reason of why I didn't get the event card. But anyway, if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to still hit that thumbs up. Let me know in the comments how you did. Tell me about your polls, or you can post them in the Discord. Of course, if you're not part of that, check the description. The link will be in there and go check that out. But anyway, first thing we are going to do, we're going to give a big shout out to my team, My Boy Blue. We did have 4 people this week finish in the top 50. Payne finished first, Slacker number 4, Hexaberg, D-Zack, I think it was 21 or 22, and then Anthony finished 49. So 4 people in the top 50. Absolutely amazing. 3 people, including me, kind of fell short of getting it. And like I said, I'm going to get into those reasons in just a little bit. But anyway, thanks everybody on my team that absolutely grinded like crazy. You definitely made up for my not getting it. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Now we are going to check out all the polls on the draft board. All right, so looking at those pull rates, I mean, you see that we really don't have much to go through. So this is going to be really quick, but just to talk about those actual pull rates, elite pulls were amazing. 2.8%. By far the best pull rate for elites that I've gotten all year long. I think the last 4 or 5 events we've been sitting at about 1%. And ironically, the elite pulls is what made me not want to get the event card and not pay money, I guess, that I normally do. Because normally I usually spend money, $5 to $10 in order to get the event card. I just, you know, weekends I just don't have the time, so I have no problem spending money. But this week I just didn't do it, just because we'll get to that in a little bit. But 10 epics, 1 epic prime, and I actually did pull an epic prime. I said in the stream that I didn't, but I actually found one. I guess it was in the very beginning. And so 73% rare, 16 ultra rare, but still amazing elite pulls, at least for the pull rate. And then the spinners at 5%, which is normal. 5 of those were rare, 2 of those were ultra rare. Not pulling any upper tier spinners, so I haven't been pulling any of the support cards, so that's kind of cool. I guess that's a good benefit. And I actually put these in order of tiers, so we're gonna look at the epics. We have no ultra rares to look at, we have no support cards to look at, nothing like that. I took all of those out so that way we didn't have to worry about it, and then I just ordered them least to greatest. So this is not in the order that I pulled them in. A couple of the epics I did need for the catalog, which was cool, at least the dupe part of it. But yeah, I think 8 of them were epics, 2 of them were support cards, maybe Eric Gordon. There was my only epic prime. I think the last like 4 or 5 epic primes I've pulled from the last couple events have been all cards that I've already had duped up. And here we go for our first elite card, Julius Randle. This is the worst elite card in the game, but I don't have it, so I have no problem getting it. Not a big deal, you know. Yeah, so that is one of them, even though he is power forward / center. Don't have it though, so that's cool. Next one, we got a Clint Capela center. This is the regular card, of course, and I do have this one, so I was able to dupe it up, which I guess is cool, but this is part of the reason. We'll get into that in just a little bit. And then Manu Ginobili as well, another one. Already had this one as well, so another dupe for me. And then the last one, Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is another one I already had. So 3 of the elites, 3 out of the 4 I actually had and was able to dupe up. And then at the very end, Nikolai Jokic. So yeah, another dupe center. I think that brings the total to 6 or 7 or something like that. This year, centers, of course, are the the most that I have as far as the elite dupes, but 4 out of the 5, including the reward, were dupes. So I do have quite a few now, which is nice, I guess, for the gauntlet, if that's going to be the next event, possibly the last event. Maybe we get Star Tier this week. If not, I would think next week. Now I'm just going to talk about real quick about why I decided not to spend money for this event card. Now, Saturday, I'm grinding, trying to catch up like I normally do. Friday, I usually take it easy. Saturday night, Sunday is when I catch up and do all of the stuff that I need to do in order to get in that top 500. Well, Saturday night, I'm in the top 500, top 400 or something like that. And I actually pulled this Clint Capela. And I already had it, which is cool. And so I knew it was going to be a dupe. But one thing that bothered me was one thing that bothers me about the event cards is the fact that some of the event cards, or I should say most of the event cards, are cards that already have elite cards. And so when I pulled this Clint Capela, I actually felt disappointed because I have the event card. I have all the event cards besides for this one. And when I was able to dupe it, even though it is a dupe, and a lot of people will say, hey, you should be happy you got a dupe, but personally, I like variety. You know, I like to be able to make my deck different. I like to be able to use different strategies just depending on what you want to do. And already having this elite event card when I pulled it made me feel disappointed. And I was upset, I guess, in a way that I pulled the elite card. And it's the first time I ever felt like that. And you know, I didn't even feel like that when I got the Julius Randle. Even though it's the worst card, it's still different though, right? And I'm not even kidding, not but like 5 draft boards later, out pops this Manu Ginobili. And now I'm already, since the Clint Capela, since I just pulled the Clint Capela, I'm already kind of disappointed because I already have the event card for it. And then 5 draft boards later, the Manu Ginobili jumps up. And again, we already have this card as an event card. And I went from feeling disappointed to pulling and being able to dupe a Clint Capela to absolute utter disgust that another dupe that I just pulled is another event card that we already have. Now, some people might think that I'm being stupid or whatever, but it just bothers me that elite cards that are already elite cards, they just make them event cards and we get dupes of both of them. Like it just bothers me, and it's always bothered me since the beginning. And pulling those back to back made me think, like, why am I spending money? Why am I doing this and trying to grind this out for cards and dupes that already have event cards? And I was disappointed that Ben Wallace wasn't going to win. And not that Carmelo's a bad card, because it's not, but it's something we already have. And we're going to look at the Carmelo Anthony in here in just a second, but the top 4 cards in the game are pick and roll passers with high offense and high playmaking. You can make almost an entire squad of high offense and high playmaking. And Carmelo is a different guy, but it is the exact same archetype as everybody else. And that just bothered me. Like, it bothered me. Like, why am I going to spend money and get a card for something that is worse than the other cards with the same exact focus type as everybody else? So that is kind of the reason why I decided not to spend money this weekend in order to get the event card. Just because this card, the Carmelo Anthony, even though it's a good card, 3rd best event card in the game, it is still exactly the same as a lot of the other cards as far as the focus type, archetype, brings no balance, anything different to the deck or anything. And that just upset me so much that I was like, you know, I'm not spending. But this is what he looks like. This is how he compares. Like I said, it is the 3rd best. But if you check out the rest of them, we got Steve Nash, pick and roll passer. We got Manu Ginobili, pick and roll passer. We got, of course, Carmelo Anthony, pick and roll passer, and Terry Porter, pick and roll passer. All 4 historic event cards, pick and roll passer, high offense, high playmaking. You compare Carmelo Anthony with the other pick and roll passers, and we got both Steve Nash and Manu Ginobili with a better offense playmaking combo than Carmelo Anthony. So why in the world would you want to have this card in your deck if you're not a Carmelo fan? Maybe you are a Carmelo fan and that's why you wanted it. But of course, I want diversity. I want something different. We want defense and rebounding and stuff like that. And comparing this card to the one we just got in the gauntlet, which, you know, again, much props to them for putting this in the gauntlet, the Flash Gauntlet, which I definitely like. But if we compare this to the Dennis Rodman, this is a Dennis Rodman Autumn card who plays small forward, power forward, same exact positions as Carmelo Anthony, and his defense 1460, his rebounding 1489. Both of those stats are better than Carmelo Anthony's defense and rebounding. So why in the world would you want to put Carmelo in your deck, at least your Rivals Clash or Starting 5 or something like that? Both defense and rebounding for the Autumn card is better than Carmelo. There is no reason to have him in your deck. So that kind of is the root of the problem, I guess. Keep seeing the same exact cards over and over and over again. But that's just my opinion, okay? That's just my 2 cents, how I feel about it. That is why I did it. I hope that we get Star pretty soon, or the next tier. Hopefully it's not called Star. Hopefully it's not yellow. But hopefully this same pattern doesn't continue to the next tier. You know, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I want to see some more diversity in actual cards. Hopefully they're not copying all of the next tier cards and just making those event cards, and that is it. But that's gonna do it for the video. You know, let me know in the comments what you think about this stuff. Do you think that I'm crazy or being silly for boycotting, I guess, spending money for the past event? That is why I did it. I don't plan on, you know, not spending money in the future, because I still, you know, love basketball and love grinding, and I like my team and all of this stuff. So I still continue to go forward, and I think with the next event and the next tier, it's obviously something new and something different to grind for. Hopefully we get team perks, because we've still been waiting on the team perks for, you know, an extra thing to grind for. I mean, that's something else that has been missing. Like, where are the team perks? Anyway, like I said, let me know in the comments how you feel about this stuff. You know, let me know in the comments about your polls. If you did enjoy, hit that thumbs up. This was probably a little bit longer, kind of a rant, so to speak. So if you stuck with me through the whole video, man, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you for everyone that came out to the stream. I see y'all hopefully in a Flash event maybe this coming week. I will check y'all later. I am out. Peace.